Well, France's Prime Minister has held crisis talks on the country's power grid, which is struggling due to a surging air conditioning use. The country is heavily reliant on nuclear energy, but warmer river temperatures caused by the heatwave are creating challenges for reactors which use water for cooling. Dr. Paul Dorfman is a Bennett scholar at the University of Sussex. Doctor, great to have you here. So, first of all, how would you evaluate the French power system?
The French power system, the electricity system, is largely based, significantly based on nuclear power and all that implies. The problem here is that France, EDF, which is the Electricité de France, the nuclear power corporation, which is 100% state-owned, has put offline another set of reactors on the Rhône River, on the Garonne River, on the Meuse River. So that's about 1 in 10 nuclear reactors are about offline now in France, and all that implies for French power.
And how would prolonged, extensive heat waves impact nuclear power facilities in France right now? And we have seen this is the second, probably the third heat wave in Europe.
Well, perhaps helpfully, all of a sudden, EDF France has announced about 11.7 billion euros to start to try to address this key problem. And so far, EDF's discussion is building cooling towers, these towers that you often see emitting what is essentially water vapor. But the problem with that is that it means a very significant loss of water from evaporation, either from the rivers or the groundwater in an increasingly water-scarce world. Now, a normal nuclear reactor, both in France and elsewhere, inland, takes about 500,000 gallons per minute to cool. And if the temperature rises to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, the cooling water needs about 700,000 gallons per minute. That's about nearly 3 million liters per minute. So you can imagine what that means in terms of the draw-off for cooling water.
And what is your outlook for the French energy policy, especially nuclear policies, in light of the recurring extreme weather events?
This has very significant implications both for France and for other nuclear endeavors, and indeed the nuclear renaissance. The reality is that wind and solar now dominate global electricity generation. In 2025, renewables became the bedrock of European power reliance. And the key thing to take home is this. Each year, new nuclear adds only as much net global power capacity as renewables adds every 2 days.
And Doctor, we have to admit that Europe is absolutely getting hotter and hotter. And how about its infrastructure? And given that they probably will change their policies, but how about the infrastructure? Do you think it is too late?
It's always too late, it's never too late. It's clear that the renewable evolution is here. Every substantive international organization institute states quite clearly that the renewables will do the heavy lifting for net zero. So the question is not simply about the source, the generation of the power, but the infrastructure that then translates that power into industry, into dwellings and domestics. So what we really need to think about more than anything now is infrastructure.